Thomas, thanks for your time, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Look, I know you're a busy man, head coach of a football club. What is a typical day for Thomas Frank like?
I'm in 7 o'clock in the morning. Get the first cup of coffee. Get everything into place from training. Of course, we plan something before.
Yeah.
All the small bits and details you like to get done before the place start getting very busy. So there's a quiet hour where you can get a lot of things done, and from there just progress into a meeting around 8 with the coaching staff. Medical 8:45. Players meeting in. Normally a meeting before training, lunch, other meetings, individual talks, planning next day, games, analysis, and then usually I'm leaving here around 5 o'clock, and then try to do only family stuff from 5:30 to around 9:30, and then maybe a little bit of work later.
So did you have your philosophy of how you wanted a team to be set up when you got your first job as a head coach? Did you already know, right, this is what I'm about, these are how my teams are going to play?
Yeah, I was pretty not fixed, but pretty sure how I wanted to play it. Basically wanted to dominate on the ball, or dominate the game offensively, and try to press high and win the ball back quickly, and that's very simple. Of course, there's a lot of layers in that, and a lot of details in that. But that's the aim, that's the focus, that's how I want Brentford to play. But of course, since I was, head coach for the youth national teams, going in to be almost 3 years a head coach in Brøndby, assistant coach here a couple of years now, it's always been the same style of play. But of course, through the years, you develop, you learn, you reflect. I still want to go that way, but things just slightly change, and you get inspiration, and you try to always stay ahead of the game. You can't do that, but you try to think ahead, or that was a good thing you could add to the build-up, or to the high pressing, or the middle block defending. So I'm always searching for new improvement, which is good and bad, because sometimes, this is actually working, why change it? But I think you need to always try to develop.
And had you played? Because obviously you said that you were coaching from 20, but...
Of course I played. Grassroots level. Apparently I had a coach who didn't understand me, my perfect movement and intelligent decision making and all that.
What position were you?
I was a midfielder.
A midfielder?
Yeah, I didn't have the level. I loved playing, and I'm still enjoying it a lot.
Do you join in ever?
No, I'm too clever, because you need to have a certain level to join in.
If there was a player you could compare yourself to, maybe in our squad, that you were similar to, or was there anyone in world football?
I would love to say Iniesta. He's my favorite player, but maybe that's a little bit too high.
Can you remember that feeling when your team scored that first goal? Is it?
Yeah, it was. I would say that's the best feeling, when the team scores, or when you win after the game. That's unbeatable. Yeah. They say that football is 90% suffering and 10% joy, but those 10% that you can't get them anywhere else in the world. I guess that's why we're still doing it. If you look at the biggest managers, we don't know exactly what's happening in the dressing rooms, but 100% one thing I know is that you need to have demands, and you need to have consequence, and you need to have love, just like raising your children. I think all these 3 areas, you need to do that.
I imagine then you meet obviously a lot of managers in our league every week, and I imagine you have to go to events with them and stuff. Do you speak to the other managers in the league? Are you in regular contact with them, or not so much?
I really like the tradition here in England that normally after the game you have a drink, or even a soft drink or a beer or something like that, and you talk the game through, or just talk about family, or depending how close you are with them. I really like that, and I think that's a way to know the other managers and get to know them more and more. Of course, I have a close relationship with Dean and Richard, and I speak to them regularly. The other managers, some of them, if you know them, you have a better talk after the game or before the game. Some of them you get closer and closer to, and I like that. I think it's important because being a manager or a head coach is a very lonely job. Everybody thinks they know how it is, but nobody does. No offense. It's only the manager or the head coach who know what kind of feeling you're in after a win or lost, or because you constantly need to take decisions and stuff like that. So it's good to have those conversations. But of course, I have a good relationship with a lot of Danish coaches, so I speak to them regularly. You can see and feel that for everybody, it's like a more special year, especially at Griffin Park. We definitely feel that the atmosphere is tense and intense in the right way, and that's helping us massively. And hopefully they can keep doing that throughout the last game throughout the season. And no matter how the team performing, just keep helping us. It's massively important. It helps us so much. We'll do everything to give everything back on the pitch.
Thank you so much for your time, Thomas. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.